Hi Libras, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. It's for all my Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, males and females. I hope you guys are doing good. This is going to be covering the second week of May, so from the 10th till the 16th. And we also have the new moon in Taurus this week, okay? So we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I will have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you want to check it out afterwards. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Nicloves with 2 eyes. All right, my beautiful Libras, let's just get right into it. So Libras, for this week, it seems like there's going to be a lot of healing taking place. And this can be coinciding with the new moon, just new energies. Taurus being kind of like your brother, sister, being also ruled by Venus. So I feel like you're receiving love, you're receiving support through this healing process. And I feel like we're always going through some type of healing. You know, we go through waves. Some phases we got to go through a lot of healing, others it's not so much. But wherever you are in the spectrum, that's okay. But just know that everyone on this planet is always trying to heal from something. We're not ever fully 100% good, but we can have days that are up, days that are down, but you're gonna be good, okay? I'm being shown two different images, two different scenarios. They're both a little bit graphic. I'm gonna share it with you, but it's not about the image, it's more about like the message in it, okay? So I never really get shown really graphic things, but this one's just coming through. So for this purposes, with this healing, I'm seeing someone who maybe just got bit by a snake and they're literally just like going in and trying to suck out all the venom themselves and then spit it out, kind of like we see in the movies. So you or whoever this is for, taking that pain or something that's so hurtful or painful, and you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this stay in my body. I'm gonna take it and into my own hands and take it out myself. Even if it hurts, it's painful, I'm not gonna let myself die. I'm not gonna let myself get put down by this evil outside source or this animal, this person. Like, nope, I'm gonna take it out myself. I know this sounds gross, but it's like, ooh, that's powerful. Not a lot of people could do that. You just see this bite, blood. Some people can't even look at blood. It's just like, like they cringe. And then the other example that I'm being shown is like someone being locked up, like in the old days, like let's say in the kingdom and like under a castle in the dungeon or something, and they're like locked in this cell and have something like what is it, handcuffs, but not like handcuffs, like other things that are like even more hard to get rid of. And instead of them just being like, well, I have no choice, I don't know what else I'm gonna do, they literally chew their hand off, or their wrist off, or they find something and they just like break their own hand, break their own arm, and find a way to get out of this thing. They're like, well, I either die like this, or I cut off a piece of my body and I can free myself and I can run away. Either thing is not that great, but I prefer to have the rest of my body, my freedom, than to be stuck here rotting and live here for the rest of my life. So in both scenarios, I know, super graphic, super nasty, but it's like it's like, I'm not gonna let someone else hurt me. I'm gonna hurt myself, but do it for a higher purpose. Like, I know me doing this and me cutting this arm off or sucking this venom out is gonna give me freedom. It's gonna release myself from something. So it may hurt a little bit, there may be pain, but I'm gonna survive from it. I'm gonna be okay, and I'm not gonna succumb and let someone else dictate, someone else beat me down, someone else someone else tell me how to live my life. Like, I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. So I feel like there's a lot of intense healing that's gonna be going on for you guys. You may even be purging. You may even be having moments where you just want to cry, you want to break down this week, and you're like, oh, I'm just so mad, but I have to do this. I don't want to do this, but I know this is what's good for me. Okay, so you may decide to do something, or I don't know, go into something knowing that you don't want to do it, but you know it's what you have to do, okay? I'm seeing the number 55, if not also the number 10 and 5 may be important numbers for you. So again, changes, conflict, needing to take a step back, endings, new beginnings. So major transformation going on in your life, internally, externally, both, okay? When it comes to your health, I feel like there's a lot of things going on, maybe a lot of distractions. You may want to be doing too much. I feel like you need to like simplify things a little bit, because you may be like looking at too many different options, too many different diets, too many exercises. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't really know what to do. Like, I want to try all of them. But I feel like when you do that, it gets kind of confusing. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant, right? And their menu is like 10 pages long. You're like, I don't know what to pick. What do I do? I don't know. Whereas if you go to like, well, if you live in California, maybe you've been to In-N-Out, very simple. It's like you pick either one of the 4 or 5 options and it's like you're good to go. So simplify your options, narrow it down, whatever it is that you're doing, your vitamins, supplements, exercise, diet, whatever your health goals are, therapists, counselors, kind of choose the top 4, choose the top 5, the ones that are the most important, most vital for you, because it's going to make it easier to decide or make an option. We're already kind of like indecisive signs, right? I say that because I'm a Libra rising. So don't give yourself so many options, so many things to choose from, because then it's going to be hard to even choose and you're like, oh, I'll just do it another day, and then you never get to it. So try not to spread yourself too thin in whatever you're doing. And make sure you're staying hydrated as well, because some of you may not be drinking enough water, and maybe drinking either too much juices or coffee or other things, and it's dehydrating you, okay? All right, so when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, I feel like you're returning back. You're going back to an old project, an old hobby, something you used to be interested in. You know what, I'm gonna get certified in this now. I used to love to draw, and I'm gonna draw again. I was writing this novel. I'm gonna go back and, you know, finish it. I used to love real estate. I wanna use my real estate license again, or I wanna relearn about it. A lot of things, like maybe you were working on a project, maybe you're working on a house project, or there's something you were gonna do with your money or invest it somewhere, and now you're like, okay, I know what to do with it now. There's something you're returning back to, an old passion, maybe an old habit, an old side hustle, talking again with an old business partner, sharing ideas. Like you're going back to something that you once really loved or you once really connected with, and implementing it or getting started on it again, or continuing on. And this is going to bring you a lot of peace, a lot of harmony, making you feel really good about yourself, making you feel really happy. This could be something that you used to do as a child, or you used to really just love to do for fun, and now maybe you're able to do it, or you have more time now to do it, just because. Some of you, I feel like this could be something with like gaming, technology. Maybe you're working on something you want to invent, something with beauty as well. Like maybe you love doing makeup or hair, and so you want to get back into it, maybe get some clients or film tutorials or something. I feel like you're getting back into something that you used to do before. Could be anything, okay? All right, so when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, my beautiful Libras, the first thing that I heard was like, I'm not running away anymore. I'm done running away. I'm not running away anymore. I want to run to you. I want to face my fears. I don't want to be a coward anymore. I want to love you. I want to choose love. I don't want to push you away anymore. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone you already know, or someone you've been in connection with, or someone you used to be with. Or someone totally new, but maybe you guys had a past life together. Now they're coming in and wanting to change things and actually wanting to be that man, be that woman for you. So straight up what I'm hearing is this person's like, I don't want to run away anymore. Instead of running away, I want to run to you, okay? So I feel like in the exterior, okay, so this person could be an Aries. Doesn't have to be though, but I feel like strong Aries energy. I feel like on the exterior, this person is a warrior. They're strong. Maybe they're really, hard to crack. They could be someone who was like in the army, or is in the army, military, Marines, or ex-veteran, law enforcement, firefighter, in construction, someone who's like in active duty, actively out doing things, very strong, bold kind of type of individual. If it's a woman, maybe she's very active, or an athlete, or a dancer, or likes to do those things. But I feel like this is someone who on the outside, they seem like, they're strong and unbreakable, but on the inside they are fragile. And they tend to run away, or they tend to be intimidated by a certain type of person. And even though that type of person is actually what they need and what's good for them and what they're attracted to, they run away from those types of people because they know those types of people are going to challenge them, are going to force them to level up, to act accordingly, to come correct. And maybe back in the day, they weren't able to do that. And so they chose to be with lower vibrational, easy to be with people, but that they didn't really actually connect with. You guys know what I mean. But I think now, as this person is maturing more about, what's real and valuing real connections, they're like, you know what? I can't be with those simple-minded or people that don't resonate with me anymore. Like, yeah, it's cool for a bit, but I can't establish a deeper connection with these people. It's easy, but it doesn't challenge me. It doesn't, they don't inspire me to be better. And I feel like what this person really wants right now is a partner who encourages them, who motivates them to be the best version of themselves. And is not just always like, yes, 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 okay, cool, just listens to everything they say and doesn't actually like give their actual opinion. And I feel like for a long time, they've been settling with people that are not really their match. Maybe people are not as smart, they're just kind of ditzy or don't really know a lot of things. People that maybe it's easier to control, easier to manipulate. Not because they want to control and manipulate, but it's like they don't challenge them. They don't put them on the spot. They don't put them in their place, And I think now they're ready for something new. They're ready for something more powerful, more impactful, more dynamic, an actual strong partner. So in their past, I feel like people they've been dealing with were kind of weak. Not like weak, like, oh my gosh, I can't fend for myself, but not spiritually strong. And now they actually want strong because they feel stronger now. This person has overcome maybe sadness, pain, depression, anxiety, PTSD, or maybe they still deal with these things, but now they have a better hang on it. They have a better way of coping or mechanism. They're not as like victim about it. They have help, or they seek help. They have therapy, counseling, or they've worked on themselves. They're not fully 100%, but they're trying, and that's what matters. And I think for a long time, this person really struggled with that, but now they're in a better place. And I feel like now they're ready to come towards you and they don't want to run away. Whereas before, this person ran away. As soon as you started getting close to each other, as soon as things started getting kind of serious, they ran away like a coward. Not because you weren't good or because they didn't have feelings for you, because they felt like they weren't ready and they weren't able to give you what you needed. Instead of maybe being honest or upfront with you, they just pieced out like a coward. I feel like this is someone you probably already know though, for most of you. And this could be someone that you guys dated or you guys were together, maybe many years ago, or in high school and college, or, a few years ago, and then time went by. So I feel like there's been some gap. It could be a year, 2 years, or many years, I don't know, but there's been some time apart that you've had from this person. And you let it happen. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna, when this did happen, when you guys were together, and things were maybe kind of sizzling out or dying out, you're like, it's cool. Like, I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not gonna force you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with me. I don't want to be with you if you're not choosing me, because I want you to choose me. I want you to want me. I want you to want to be there with me. And if you don't want to, I'm not gonna force you, And so you, I think, just kept the peace. You kept things classy and cute. And you learned a lot, I think, about yourself after the separation, or after you guys maybe stopped dealing with each other. You started to evolve. You started to become more interested in spirituality, maybe by learning more about their zodiac or looking into readings that helped you understand a little bit more about the human brain, psychology, and maybe what was actually happening between the two of you. And so actually the separation you guys had helped you evolve, helped you become more knowledgeable about yourself, and helped you look into things that maybe you would have never searched up, you would have never looked into if it hadn't happened. And I think that a lot of you became teachers. A lot of you became really knowledgeable about things, and you learned from your experiences in the past, and it made you wiser, it made you better. Some of you could have Sagittarius somewhere in your chart. And although it was hurtful, maybe you did feel backstabbed, or you felt played, or you felt betrayed, like they didn't care about you. I will say that I don't think they meant to hurt you. They didn't just start dating you or with you like, oh, I'm gonna hurt her, I'm gonna backstab them, I'm gonna cheat on them. No, they never intended to do that, although it may have felt that way. You were hurt, but you were not bitter, you're not angry about it. And I feel like you healed from it, or you're like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to leave it to God, leave it to the universe, and I know what's meant for me is going to come for me. You've stayed thankful, you stayed appreciative, you've been minding your business, and I feel like now that you've kind of just let things go, you've let go of attachments, let go of expectations, you've let things happen the way it's supposed to happen, you've been healing. And so you may actually do a lot of purging, feel like you need to purge a lot this week, cry or get super emotional out of nowhere. Maybe even because of dreams. You wake up to a dream, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I dream about this person? Oh, like, why did I start to feel all those feelings again? And that's okay, it's normal, it's normal. And I think you may be feeling it because this person is also purging, this person's also feeling all these things again and maybe coming back into your life, okay? So we're going to dive in deeper in the extended to get more information, to see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice, okay? So I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. I wish you guys all the best, sending you lots of love. Take care. Bye.